All right, now that we have our pencil done, we're going to move on to charcoal. Charcoal comes in a couple different methods. So, first method is pencils, just like regular pencils. So, our pencils are going to start with HB. So, it says HB or hard, and then it goes to 2B/medium, 4B soft, and 6B extra soft. So the lightest charcoal we have is the HB, and the darkest charcoal we have is the 6B. We also have in your little container, you should have a white charcoal stick. You should have one of these little blendy things. This is to help you get sharp points on your charcoal because charcoal is a little bit hard to sharpen. These two are two different kinds of compressed charcoal. So this one is called compressed charcoal, and it's heavy. And I don't know if you could tell with the light, but it's kind of matte. When you look at it, there's no shine on it. So this one's the one that's going to be a really dark, dark, dark black. This one here is really light, and you see that kind of reflects the light off of it. This is called vine charcoal, and this one is actually a piece of like a grapevine that's been burnt. So um, this is good for like laying out sketches. This is like preliminary stuff. It also erases really easily. Don't mind that charcoal all over my finger. Apparently, doing a demo with that is no good. You'll also have a kneaded eraser. So this one is still in the package. And then it could look like this, or it could look like a little wad of gum. The kneaded erasers are good because you can control how much you pick up with the pencil. So let me get this open. So it looks like and feels like gum, but it's a little less sticky. So your eraser might look like this, or it might be in a little wad. And even if yours is in a little wad and it's completely black, what you're going to do is you're going to grab it and pull and stick it back together and just keep doing that. And it kind of eats the charcoal that it picks up. So I'm going to take my gum eraser and rub it to erase. It erases lightly. And you can keep folding it in or kneading it to erase more. Now, to erase a lot, you're going to want to use the hard eraser. But charcoal is pretty dark. It doesn't erase super duper well. Okay, so first we are going to do some value scales. So the first value scale we're going to do is we are going to, let me straighten you out here. We're going to draw a rectangle. And just like with the pencils, we're going to take, I'm starting with HB very lightly. And then I'm going to move up to 2B. So you can really see that difference with charcoal. And then 4B. So I haven't changed pressure at all. Still using the side. If you use a charcoal pencil like this, it's going to squeak and it will kill your ears. It does not feel good. I will admit this one I'm putting a little bit more pressure on than normal. Probably just because it's short, and so it was harder for me to get leverage on the end. Okay, so here is my value scale, but remember I said with pencils, no finger blending. I could leave this exactly how it is. However, charcoal is one of the kind of perks of charcoal is that it's super duper blendy. So I have my little blending stump. I'm going to clean it off on the sandpaper block. And then I'm going to start in the lightest spot and just in circular motions blend towards the darker part. This is what gives charcoal that charcoal look. Well, where pencils are super shiny when the light hits it, the charcoal kind of absorbs the light. So that'll be something that's nice too with charcoal. Now, because I was going light to dark, I didn't rotate my blending stuff at all. So you can see all of the darks on that one side. But now that I am done blending it, I can go back in and be like, oh yeah, this area needs a little bit more smoothing out. This area needs a little bit more smoothing out. It's really smart not to go from dark into the light. That's why I rotated it, so I can use a clean side. So this is my scale number 1, and I'm going to label it charcoal pencils. Scale number 2 is actually going to be on a separate sheet of paper that you're going to get off of the light table and then glue onto your, or glue or stapler tape this into your sketchbook. So it's gray. Let's do it this way. You need to save some room on here because you're going to do a shape on here as well. But I'm going to go ahead and draw my rectangle. Okay, so my gray is acting as a mid-tone. So I'm going to keep my middle gray, and then I'm going to take my pencil. I'm basically going to create this value scale, but from here over. So I'm just doing from the middle over. HB. And this paper is actually charcoal paper. So a lot of times when you do charcoal work, you do it on toned paper so that you can go in with the white and you can make it visible. Okay, I'm going to use a clean side of this. Blend it into the gray. I'm running out of clean sides here. Now I'm going to take my white charcoal. I'm going to start on this side. I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm very lightly, I only have one white, so I'm going to have to do this side with pressure. Very lightly putting a base coat on. And then I want to build up white until I get, I'm going to flip this upside down because I don't want to smear this. Over here is going to be pure white. And then I have a clean one of these. I'm going to blend it out. You can also use your finger, but you run out of fingers pretty quickly. You can also take a paper towel and wipe it around, wrap it around your finger and use that. So here's my grayscale using the gray toned paper. So I'm going to call this toned paper. Keep this. We're going to put it in your sketchbook. And then lastly, your last value scale you're going to do is going to involve your compressed charcoal. So this is that one that's not shiny. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to make a rectangle. Now I want to make this all an even medium dark gray. So pretty dark, not all the way black. I know it looks like in my video like it's really dark, but it's not really as dark as it looks. Even is key though. We really want to make sure that it's even. See my finger? We run out of fingers pretty quickly. And then I'm going to use my kneaded eraser. I'm actually going to tear some of it off. I don't really want all of that. And I'm going to start from the side that I want to be light. And I'm just going to start rubbing the charcoal away. So see how my eraser turned pretty black? I can fold it in and it's like getting a brand new eraser. And the more you use it, the less sticky it'll get. I go to about here. The thing I really like about kneaded erasers too is that I can use it to blend too. So like this part here that's covered in charcoal, I can use it to kind of go in and blend an area instead of erasing it. So this technique is one of my favorites for charcoal, and I love charcoal. I just think it's really cool to kind of work with the negative. Once you get to about this like medium gray, that is about all that the kneaded eraser can do. So then we're going to go in with our hard eraser and get a little bit more lights. So I'm going to put in the slideshow some examples of artwork that has been completed with all of these different techniques. One thing you're not going to want to do is you're not going to want to take your white on top of black. It just turns a really weird muddy color. It's not a flattering color. I'm going to call this one add erase. You're adding charcoal and then erasing it away. All right, so do these 3 scales in your sketchbook, and then when you're done with that, go to the next video so you can see about doing forms.